Hi everybody. Hey, Ivan Turner here with you. Hey, listen, before you get all bent out of shape or get your feathers ruffled, one real quick note, this is not any kind of a sales video whatsoever. I'm simply going to share a couple tips with you on how to go about getting water damage or fire damage referrals coming in on a steady manner from the insurance community. I'm shooting this video while I'm driving, and I will tell you, I'm sad to note that I had a special guest lined up today. You'll see my seat is empty, but I had a special guest. I invited Walter Matthau, the famous actor, to ride along with me. I was going to shoot an interview with him while we were on our way to this particular job. I just got notification this afternoon that Walter's been deceased for several years. So I'm sorry about no interview, but anyway, on a serious note, I'm driving to Macon, Missouri, which is about 2 hours north of my home office in Jefferson City, Missouri. Now, the reason I'm going up there is I'm going to meet an adjuster and to take a look at a large water loss. I've already got men on site, and they're doing drying right now, extraction, pulling out wet carpets, all that other good stuff. This job right now, my guys have said is at least $6,000 to $8,000. Just in mitigation, the repair is probably going to climb upwards of $20,000 if we decide to do the repair. And again, with a 2-hour drive time, I'm going to give that some extra thought. But the point I want to make here is this particular insurance company has sent us in referrals over $200,000 in the last 12 months. Now, that's not all that remarkable, but it's not all that bad either. But the interesting thing to note is this particular company is one of the top 10 national insurers, and yes, they do have a vendor program. And no, we are not on their vendor program. I don't even have an interest in being in their vendor program, to be honest with you, because this relationship has worked out all right. But I want to go about telling you how we get our referrals from this particular company. When we first start marketing to these large companies, even smaller companies that have vendor programs and they're all booked up as far as vendors go, we always ask them for the option to allow us to basically pick up the slack where they don't have good coverage. All vendor programs, no matter where they're at, even in large metropolitan areas, will have areas of weaknesses, areas where vendors just don't work for whatever the reason. So when you go out and you're making your sales call to the insurance community, whether it's agents, adjusters, claims managers, etc., you want to make sure that you take what I always call the back door approach. I mean, if you go in the front door, that's where everybody else is going in. And if they're already locked up with vendors, you're probably not going to get a lot of work with them. But again, ask them if you can help them out in areas where the coverage is weak. And you'll be surprised in a short period of time that you'll start getting a lot of work generated by your willingness to go to areas where they're weak in coverage. And during storm surges, you'll be amazed at the amount of business you'll pick up with this attitude. So, one other thing I just want to mention, which I think is kind of important, is to also make sure you talk to the rovers, what we call rovers, or the insurance community calls them rovers. And those are adjusters who basically rove all over a particular area. This rover that I'm meeting this evening at this particular loss is a rover that handles the entire state of Missouri for this company. So she will fill in for adjusters in any given part of the state at any given time. And that's her particular job, and that's her specialty. So we've built up a pretty good relationship with her, so she sends us work and she'll ask us up front, hey, how do you feel about driving 200 miles away? And if it's a job that's going to pay enough and if we can make it work, of course we accept it. But the thing is a lot of guys just don't think about those rovers. So you find out from the company when you're out marketing and doing your sales calls, I should say doing your sales calls, make sure you ask for a list of the rovers. So other than that, that's what I have for tonight. I hope this short little video helps you in some way. And again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. If it makes you feel better joining a club, join a club. Hey, I'm all for it, baby. But I'm just trying to help you a little bit. So let me know if this was any use to you, of any value. I'd sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully I get the machine to shut off while I'm driving.